So I wanted to take a moment here and share a real life personal example of how what I posted in my story earlier around awareness being the first step to behavior change. And oftentimes people have the awareness of where they're at and where they want to be, and what stands in their way from getting the process started and taking action is the judgment that they place on themselves and the fear of judgment from other people. And that showed up in my life today. And to give a little context to the story, I'm part of a mastermind. And I got to be a part of this mastermind because at the beginning of the year, I invested time, energy, and money into a 4-month intensive program with this coaching business to help me build out and scale systems for my business. So it's professional development, but there's also a lot of personal development tied into it as well. And by the end of that 4 months, I was aware that I had made progress, but I was still not where I wanted to be. And I had the opportunity to join the mastermind. So I did, because I saw that as what was going to help me get from here to there. And when I was joining that mastermind, it was an easy decision, but I was very intimidated because I saw these people as already where I wanted to be, and I was comparing myself to them. I felt like an imposter in this group, and I even remember telling my wife, Julia, that these guys are way out of my league. And that was my first misstep and my first judgment on myself after having the awareness and taking the step, the first action, and I started judging myself that I was not good enough to be in this group. And I was very intimidated going into all the calls, and it was very hard for me to even think about or communicate what it is that I had questions on or what it is that I was really seeking guidance and support on. And I share this because it is very evident in how it shows up in this specific example. So our last call was last Wednesday. And on that call, I was expressing a specific area of my business that I was seeking guidance and support on because I wanted to grow in that area. It was a specific aspect of my business that has stayed the same from when I started in January of 2021 until now in, July of 2022. And I was seeking guidance on how to grow because I had made steps to try to grow in this specific area, but had not made any change, So on last week's call on Wednesday, I was asked to take action and put some thought, time, and energy into it and put it into a Google Doc and share it in our group for our mastermind for everybody to see. And not to put me on blast, but because to hold me accountable, which is what I want from this group, but also because other people can learn from this as well. And there's a lot of vulnerability that goes into that. So after the call, I was initially very excited to put in the work, and then I started experiencing a lot of friction and resistance. And a lot of that friction and resistance was coming from the judgment that I was passing on myself, because I was judging myself for still being where I was when I started, even though I was seeking the change, the awareness. So it took me a while to get started on this specific work that I was asked to do. And then fast forward to today, here I am having done the work and really just sitting in a place of, hey, I'm not this is what I've come up with. This is what I've thought through. I'm still uncertain. I'm uncertain of what I need to do, and I need help. That's what I was experiencing in my mind, and I didn't understand that. And it took me 45 minutes sitting there with the doc link already copy and pasted over to write out 4 paragraphs with about 2 to 3 sentences each, just highlighting my thoughts and feelings that went into getting me to where I was at. And it was even more nerve-wracking to press the post button so everybody can see this. And all that was creating all this friction and resistance was my own judgment and the fear of judgment from other people who are in this mastermind to seek guidance and support and grow in the same way that I am. But I view them as on a different level than me, and I am afraid of their judgment. And that's not anything of the case, because these are the most supportive people and like-minded people that you could possibly think of. I'm in the right place. But what's standing in my way is me. And mind you that this 45 minutes that it took to post this was my second attempt at posting it. And I share this because this is a perfect example of having the awareness. I have the awareness of where I'm at and where I want to be. And I was asked to take action on it. And what's standing in my way of taking action and paralyzing me from taking action was my own judgment of myself. That I'm still in the place that I was in January 2021, and I haven't taken a step forward. But here I am trying to take that step forward and getting guidance and support, and I'm judging myself for that. So it's important to have that awareness and to take the judgment out of the equation. And that's exactly what I was not doing in this specific instance. And the thoughts were so heavy and overwhelming that I decided to pull out my journal and start writing about it. And when I was able to take those thoughts and feelings and put them onto paper, it created distance. It created space between me and those thoughts. And I was able to see them more clearly. And I was actually able to laugh at it. That it took me 45 minutes to write out 4 paragraphs of 2 to 3 sentences each and press post. It seemed so laughable to me. But that is how paralyzing judgment of yourself and fear of judgment in others can be to your ability to take action. So this is my encouragement to you to have the awareness, take the judgment out of the equation, and start taking action, just seeing it for what it is. It very well shows up in my life, even though I'm a coach and someone who coaches people through these exact things. It happens to me too, and this is one of those specific examples. I hope this was helpful for you to hear, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and I'll catch you on the flip side.